Hey, I'm Luchi Blue and I'm here chatting with Milky. Okay, so I've been kind of always focused on music for a long time, since I was very little. But I went to uni and studied music, so I've always kind of had music in my life, and it's always been a way for me to output how I'm feeling. And yeah, it's kind of the best way I've found to sort of speak what's going on in my head. So like, my dad's always been really into music, so I've been inspired by him from a young age. I used to play guitar, and then that led into a more production-based style, and then yeah, eventually rapping and producing music myself. So Honeydew came out in July. It's my first release of this year, which is a lot later than I wanted to be releasing music this year. But I felt like this year was quite an integral year where I felt that I really wanted to focus and get loads of different music and kind of really hone into sort of what I want Luchi Blue to be like for the next few years. And this is like the first of many songs to come that we're working with a producer called, one of my boys called Benji, who's such a talented guy. So this was the first of that. Benji is a producer that I met through Shani Baby, who's also one of my really good friends. We've made loads of music together. So this was the first one, and I was super excited to get it out. And the response of it has been crazy as well. So I've been like, yeah, I've been overjoyed to get it out. And this is the first of 2 songs that I have coming out with Sean. So our next song is coming out in September, so which is a nice follow on, and probably actually my favorite out of the 2. So I'm excited to share with that one. The song in September is called Late Night Drive, and it's kind of almost like a love story between 2 characters. I felt like in the session when we were writing the song, one of the things I've been doing in a lot of my sessions, especially even when I go in just as a songwriter as well with other artists, I always like to picture what the music video will be like. I like to picture the final sort of how the music video would go, and you kind of set yourself this narrative and scene. And I feel like when you start with that as your end goal, you can kind of work backwards, and I think that then helps you create new elements where you can have a completely different B section. And I feel like this song Late Night Drive, which is coming out, really sort of shows that. We really like made this song with the idea of shooting a video to it one day, and it has like this whole middle section which is like Foley, and it kind of, yeah, you can really go on this journey of like these 2 characters on this late night drive that are obviously in love, but they both don't want to kind of tell their feelings for each other. So yeah, it's a really cool piece, produced really well, and yeah, super excited about it. I hope that we do get the chance to shoot some sort of video for it. Me and Sean are actually heading off to New York in a few weeks, and we're going to spend some time over there. So when the song comes out, we'll both be over there. So I'm sure we're going to try and get some visual content shot for it as well. So gas for that. I'm not sure about like a particular line that really sticks in my head, but I think in the B section that I was talking about earlier, there's like the switch up in the song there is like my favorite part. You know, we come out of this kind of idea of basically the 2 characters meet midway through the song. You hear like the kind of car pulling up, the doors closing, and then you enter into this sort of new sonic world, and I just love it. I think the production is awesome. Sean's part is amazing, and yeah, I like my part a lot as well. For Honeydew and Late Night Drive, I feel like they really sort of lean into Benji's style as a producer, but also it kind of blends the vocal worlds of me and Sean. And I think this song allows us to be kind of multi-genre within the rap and R&B world, because we have Sean's sort of soulful R&B vocals, and then we have like my kind of British rap style that I really want to I think they blend really well together, and I always feel like a song with a female vocalist and a male rapper always like do so well. And I listen to so much music like that. So this song was kind of, we always want to try and do something that feels different, but still feels quite honest to who we are as artists and sort of the music that we'd like to go forward with, you know? I think it's quite interesting because now working with these guys, especially with Benj, he loves to really like work quickly. Earlier on in my like career as a musician, especially when like I was doing a lot of production myself and being in my bedroom, in my uni room, and all, you know, for the years that I was doing that, like I had all the time in the world to sort of make make us and sort of ponder on ideas and take like a lot of time with things. But with Benj, when it's like I'm seeing him for a day, it's like we want to get a song finished, or maybe two finished in a day. So it was kind of, it's in a nice way, the pressure of getting a song done and also writing it within session as well. I think it kind of inspires it to, yeah, really sort of make a story and get a final product like, done really quickly. And I felt like this kind of format of sessions has been making the best music I've been ever making. So I think we're all really good friends to start with as well, not just to meet through music. We all like really fuck with each other really a load. So I think it kind of just works perfectly, really. I think it can be quite dependent on project to project and also who I'm working with. I feel like I'm at this point in my career now where I keep sort of the people that I work with to kind of a small circle. And I like that because I think when you have like-minded individuals and you work together and you're all at a similar level, you grow quicker as a group. And I feel like I'm at that, I have that at the moment. But yeah, I think when it comes to just creating songs, it's kind of just like the vibe that we're feeling on the day, whether it can be like a song that we listen to in the week, or you know, I might have heard like a cool phrase within the week and I've wrote like a small sort of song starter to it, then yeah, we just sort of go off whatever we're feeling, really. I think like I'm born and bred London. I think the city inspires me a lot, and I really want to make sure that I stick to like, you know, that true British vibe. Also on the flip side to that, I think because it is such a creative hub, there's a lot of competition here, and I think that kind of makes the industry quite saturated. I mean, I think I meet so many people that are casually making music, and it's hard to stand out these days. So I think in some ways it makes the journey a little bit more difficult, but also for me, I'm kind of finding that it's making me really think about where my place is within the industry and what my sound is, and really trying to hone in on that, because I think if you get them sort of elements right, then you can be unstoppable, you know? So, yeah. I haven't had a show this year. I kind of feel like I've been taking a little bit of a back foot off the shows, more to just focus on getting a large catalogue of music ready so I can kind of figure out how I want my releases to go over the next sort of 6 to 8 months. Because sometimes I feel like you do need to just sort of take a little time out to really just focus on the creation side of things, because especially in the day and age we are with, you know, content creation, it's like you can spend all your time shooting TikToks and short form content, then you actually have to spending time like being inspired and making new music and figuring out new sounds. So I think that's what I've been doing this last, like, for this year, and not focusing so much on the live sounds and the live shows, sorry. But definitely want to get something booked into like early next year where I can bring the band back together and actually play like a full live set, put like a big show on. Because I like to, if I'm going to do a show, I want it to be big, and I want to get everyone involved. I want to get the band involved, and yeah. I think that live shows will always remain to be integral within the industry, and as an artist, I think it is one of the best ways of connecting with your audience and connecting with a new audience. I always find I like to try and do something a little bit different when it comes to my live shows, compared to just, I think some rappers, not all, can get lazy with shows of just like, I don't know, playing to a backtrack with your voice already coming through the speakers and you're just kind of miming or just doing word for word, where I think the thing that I like to do when I come to my shows to stand out is to really bring like a live element to all my songs that I produce. Is you might hear them one way on Spotify, but if you come to a show, they're going to be like full live with backing singers and yeah, all live instruments. And I think that hopefully is the little edge that will attract you guys to come to my shows. I'm planning, I've got a 3-month trip to New York booked in, and that's happening in the next in 3 weeks time I leave. So I'm really excited to sort of get over there, start working over there, and really push the music a lot over there. I've got some sessions lined up. So at the moment, I think the New York trip is sort of the thing I'm most focused on. And I've got a good feeling that a lot of opportunities are going to come for me while I'm out there. Yeah, just trying to be consistent with the releases over the next few months. I feel like I've made a lot of people wait for music for this year. You know, 7 months of the year until no music, and now I want to be releasing. You know, my plan is to be releasing every month and a half, really, and just stay consistent with it, because, like I said, I've been doing a lot of focus on production, and now it's time to sort of show what this sort of last year and a half hard work has been doing. You know. Okay, that's interesting, because I've been doing a lot of thinking about it as well. And I think that I'm kind of being inspired by more different sort of sounds and different genres of music. And I feel like Luchi Blue is getting to a point where I'm kind of more like changing into like a different sound, but I don't want to go too far away from the music I already have, because I love to rap and I love to write lyrics and create songs like that are quite heavily produced. But I also really enjoy, I've been inspired a lot by like Dominic Fike and River Tip, people like that, and I love that kind of more indie world. You know, indie is such a like, you know, an umbrella genre name, but I mean, I kind of, yeah, my music's getting a little bit more indie and I don't hate it. I'm here for it. Expect some more singing from me in the next few months, and expect some more, yeah, India music, but I'm still rapping as well. So it's it. Yeah, I'm loving the music and I'm super excited about it. So that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of direction that the music is going in. This year has been kind of, yeah, the year where I'm really trying to understand how I want the next like year to be and how the future of my career will to be. And I've started understanding the importance of just not caring so much about what everyone thinks, and also not trying to stay in a box with the sounds that I'm trying to be. And I think it's also, as well as Luchi Blue, I've also started another duo which is called Donosio, with one of my closest mates and like a very talented singer called Luca Gleaser. Me and him have been like mates for a while now, making loads of music together. And yeah, the music that we make is just like, it's just fun, and it's just, we're allowing ourselves to have this other alias where we can kind of just push out the music that we love to make, but it doesn't necessarily align with our like solo projects. Me and Luca, we met a few years ago. We had a session booked in with this guy, with a producer called Tom. He kind of like was the person that linked us together, and then sort of from that session we just kind of clicked, and like we're very similar people in a lot of ways, and like his drive for his music matches the sort of drive I have for my own music. And I think I've been for a long time trying to find someone who's like on it as much as I'm on it. And yeah, the music we make is just super fun and exciting, and yeah, I'm excited to show what we've been creating. So expect to see like lots of stuff from Donosio in the next like few months, like some big collabs coming on the way, some cool music videos coming on the way. So I did want to just let you guys know about that. Childish Gambino. Donald Glover as well, like as who he is, but I didn't, as Childish Gambino, he was someone that's always inspired me from a young age, and I just like how multifaceted he is in every creative thing he does. Would have to be Larry June. I've been listening to so much of his music. He's definitely one of my favorite artists at the moment. He's just a positive, he's a real rapper, but just speaks about positive stuff, and I'd love to just jump on a track with him. The Camp album by Childish Gambino, that was his kind of breakthrough album, and that was, yeah, I just think he was such an alternative rapper for that time, and it kind of made me realize that, you know what, I could also rap as well, and kind of, for me, that's been always, yeah, love that album. I'm gonna say The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Don't fuck up. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, don't fuck up. What sort of question is that? I'm gonna say, let's go with Miley Cyrus. She crazy. Oh, the individual lyrics is hard, you know, because I feel like I write so much music. But I'd say I released an EP called Trapped in My Mind, and that was kind of about sort of my mindset over COVID, and that time was really difficult for me, not only just for my mental health, but also things were going in my life. And there's a song on that project called Better by Monday, and I think that's just the one song that really just, when I listen back to it, it just encompasses all that feelings that I had for that time. So I feel like the verses in that song would be my favorite, I guess. My dad was really into Kanye West, and we always used to listen to Kanye West albums in the car, so I think it would have to be maybe like Good Morning off the Graduation album. My first concert I went to was a Gorillaz concert. I saw Mac Miller like a few months before he died in London, and I think maybe, yeah, it was an amazing concert, and then obviously to find out what ended up happening to him is sad, and I'm glad that I got to see him. I actually know what this is. It's Busted. You know, year 3000 Busted, that is it. I remember going into HMV and buying that. Classic. A Backstreet Boy. I'm going to go venue in London because I can think about that. I think I would have to say Coco in Camden. Or Roundhouse. Oh, let's go Roundhouse. Let's go Roundhouse. I've seen some cool people there and I would love to play there. Cosmic Girl, Jamiroquai. I think my show last year at Old Blue Last, that was like it was my second headline show. It just, yeah, it was just amazing. We sold out. It was just great vibes, and I felt like the setup performed was great. Everyone, the band was amazing, and even the people that played like on the lineup as well, they were incredible. I'm gonna say Dominic Fike because like I said, indie music on the way. Like I think he'd do a good job on one of my songs. Oh wow, I'm gonna say Kanye West. You know, I mean he's having a crazy moment now, but his influence is just, yeah, unmatched, isn't it, really? Patience is a virtue. And it's coming. It's coming soon. The Power of Now, something that, yeah, I've actually read a couple of times now, and yeah, even the second time around, you kind of take more takeaways from it, and something that I try and practice a lot about being present and, yeah, appreciating the now. Everything. I think it's, yeah, I think that's all I can say. Hanging on a String by Loose Ends. I don't know, the moment, I think I was always a little performer as a kid. I mean, I've got old VSH, old tapes of me just like dancing around with these plastic guitars and mics. So I think I can't even remember the time, but I've always wanted to be a performer.